As we prepare for this graduation ceremony, for your safety and comfort, please be aware of the nearest exit. At this time, also ensure that your cellular phones are silenced. If you need assistance at any time, please alert the nearest college employee. In order to maintain the dignity of this ceremony and to ensure each family has the ability to celebrate this special occasion with their graduate, please refrain from using any air horns or other noise-making devices when we call your graduate's name today. Thank you in advance for abiding by this request. If you are already standing or if you're seated, please rise with us as you are able for the national anthem performed by Dr. Tim Bartlett, Associate Professor of Music.
Please join me. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, good morning. On behalf of the faculty, the staff, the administration, Board of Visitors, Board of Trustees, and most importantly, on behalf of our student body, let me welcome each of you to the Fall 2021 Arkansas State University Beebe Commencement Exercises. I'm Jennifer Methvin, Chancellor of ASU-Beebe, and I am honored to be here today to share this day with faculty, staff, and graduates from across our campuses in Beebe, Heber Springs, Searcy, and the Little Rock Air Force Base. As we begin the ceremony, I am honored to introduce our platform party, which includes administrative personnel who provide leadership at our institution, and some of the very special board members who support and inspire us to greater success. As I introduce our dignitaries, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. We're fortunate to have with us today our Arkansas State University System President, Dr. Charles Welch. From our Arkansas State University System Board of Trustees, Trustee Steve Eddington, and Trustee Bishop Robert Rudolph Jr. We're also joined by our ASU-Beebe Board of Visitors members, Mrs. Kathy Oath, Mr. Buck Lane, and from our faculty and staff, Vice Chancellor for Academics, Dr. Jason Goodner, Vice Chancellor for Student Services, Dr. David Mays, our Dean of the Division of Math and Sciences, Dr. Thomas Smith, Associate Professor of Communication and Theater, Mr. Ryan Gibbons, is our MC for today's ceremonies. Our Faculty Senate President, Justin Allen, joins us today, as does our Staff Senate President, Stephanie Quick. And finally, our Registrar, Dr. April Martin, joins us on the platform, and she is who coordinates our graduation ceremonies, and so we thank her for that work. Finally, it's my great pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Christiana Rolison, for our Math and Science Division. Please join me in thanking these folks for being with us and joining us and providing leadership today. course, each person here is an honored and special guest, and I thank you for being with us for this celebration. At this time, I'm pleased to invite to the podium Dr. Chuck Welch, the president of the ASU system, who will provide remarks on behalf of the system. Dr. Welch?
Thank you, Chancellor. Good morning. On behalf of the Arkansas State University System, our Board of Trustees, our 7 campuses, and the over 40,000 students that we educate annually, I just want to welcome you and congratulate all of you on this monumental accomplishment. Yesterday, I was sitting at a commencement ceremony on one of our other campuses that was arranged very much like this one is today. And although it's a little abnormal and different in this pandemic era, it afforded me an opportunity to really see the looks on the faces of not only our graduates, but of their family members. And the amount of pride and happiness, tears flowing at times, was really inspiring. But it's also incredibly appropriate. This is indeed a historic accomplishment for these graduates. You know, it's a very small percentage of Americans who hold a college degree. And so the fact that you are here today puts you into an elite company. And so I hope that you all cherish this opportunity today. I'm going to enjoy once again getting to see your family members who I know, if not for them, it would have been a struggle to get here, and they provided that support. So thank you to all of you for your hard work, for your perseverance, and most importantly, for choosing Arkansas State University Beebe. We look forward to following your accomplishments from this point forward, and we look forward to celebrating with all of you today as we welcome these graduates into the ranks of individuals with a college degree. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Welch. Graduates, it is an honor to be celebrating with you here today. You join our graduates since the institution's founding in 1927 as an ASU-Beebe alum today. That makes you, as Dr. Welch said, a very unique person, a person who is prepared for a life of learning. Many students attempt higher education, but fewer students commit themselves to the time, focus, and work that it takes to complete a program and a credential. You, however, dedicated yourself to the task, and you have accomplished your goal. And I think it goes without saying that accomplishing this goal presented you with more than just a few challenges. Many of you started, and all of you completed your program of study in the middle of a public health crisis. Without invitation or much preparation, in spring 2020, things changed forever. The adjustments you made were many, with smaller class sizes, different learning formats, and with email, phone calls, Canvas, Skype, FaceTime, and Zoom becoming a huge part of your learning life. You adapted to changes in housing, social distancing, wearing masks, and constantly being mindful of not just your safety, but that of the staff and other students. Testing, lab work, clinicals, internships, all were disrupted in one fashion or another. Things have been, well, very different. This has been a hardship for you, and that is certain. But graduates, will you entertain with me the thought that this has also been an opportunity? I ask you to reflect on the fact that you have plowed a lot of new ground in your time with us, and I want you to know what a positive impact you have had on the campuses of ASU-Beebe. The experiences we have been through in 2020 and 2021 will change our views and our world forever. I want you to know that we have been your students as much as you have been ours. So thank you for what you have taught us about flexibility, resiliency, innovation, service, remote learning, and maybe most particularly, what you have taught us about how to improve in-person learning and services. Thank you for your challenging questions and for the example you have set. Thank you for pushing us to new kinds of communication and creative uses of technology. The result, I believe, is that we're not just doing things differently, The result is that the campuses of ASU-Beebe are leveraging what we have learned in these onerous years in order to offer the best learning options and experiences we have ever offered, both inside and outside of the classroom. Thank you, graduates, for being our partners in this learning experience. Graduates, I'm exceptionally proud of the determination, resilience, character, and grit you have displayed as we've navigated these historical events. You have been leaders, you have been teachers, you have been vanguard. As you exit our doors to take your next steps, I challenge you to continue to be vanguard. Dare to lead the way, dare to set the example, dare to help others. Look for opportunities to continue to learn and to transform the lives of others through your profession and through your life. Graduates, on behalf of your faculty and staff, I thank you for inviting us into your lives and allowing us to share a portion of your educational journey. We are proud of you and know you will accomplish much. Thank you. Now, graduates, one final note before we get on with our program. One of my greatest joys as chancellor of this institution is shaking our graduates' hands at graduation. For safety today, we'll forgo the handshake. However, at your comfort level, you are invited to remove your mask before crossing the front of the stage. You'll come right across here, graduates, before crossing the front of the stage to receive your diploma. I've been vaccinated, I've been boosted, and I know your family would love to see your smiling face. Simply put your mask back on as you return to your seat. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Vice Chancellor for Academics, Dr. Jason Goodner. Dr. Goodner?
Thank you, Chancellor Methvin. On behalf of the faculty and staff of ASU-Beebe, it is my honor to introduce this commencement's student speaker, Christiana Rolison. Christiana is a health sciences student from Lone Oak, Arkansas. A non-traditional student, wife, and mother of four, Christiana decided to continue her education and pursue a degree after serving her family as a stay-at-home mother. Christiana was nominated with distinction by her faculty to represent her peers as this semester's commencement speaker. First as an online student working full-time, then as a full-time in-person student, Christiana completes her associate's degree and plans to transfer to the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences to pursue a baccalaureate degree in nursing. Please join me in welcoming Christiana to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Goodner. Dr. Welch, members of the board, Dr. Methvin, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates, good morning and thank you for allowing me to speak to you. I want to start with a quick thank you to those who helped us get to this point today. For each of us, that's probably somebody different, but I do think they deserve a moment of recognition. For me personally, my husband Matt, my 4 children, Devin, Dexter, Deacon, and Colette, my parents, and my in-laws have been my biggest cheerleaders during this time, and for them, I am so grateful. I tried hard to write this speech with what I would want to hear in mind as a graduate. Advice about the real world, life lessons, and suggestions about what to do next was not at the top of that list. What I really want to hear is, congratulations. We endured some of the most difficult circumstances that students have faced in education in a very long time. We had to adapt to a different way of learning very early on in this part of our journey. We wore masks, we had assigned seats, like it was junior high all over again. And probably most difficult of all, we had to do online science labs. Wilma Rudolph, who was the first woman to earn 3 gold medals in track and field events at the Olympics, said, "Believe me, the reward is not so great without the struggle." At first glance, you could consider what we've been through a struggle, but I do try to look at things from as positive an angle as possible. So I thought I would share with you some of these struggles from my perspective. For starters, we wore masks at all indoor events and classes, and I know this can be a drag, but on more than one occasion, I was personally saved a great deal of embarrassment by that mask. On a few days, I'd get in my truck to go home after being in class all day and look up in the mirror to realize I had a big piece of breakfast right in between my two front teeth. As for the assigned seating, having the expectation of who's going to be where walking into class is very helpful. But I'm also one of those park in the same stall at Sonic every single time kind of gals. And so I didn't mind that precaution too much, however elementary it may have seemed. Lastly, those online labs, well, I don't have anything nice to say about those, so we'll just move on. Now, I know I alluded that I wasn't going to give you life advice, but as a mom, I really can't help it. And what I want to share with you isn't really advice, just a couple of tips that I think are good reminders as we start the next chapter. Number one, be yourself. I know it sounds cliche, but the most inspiring people to me are people who are confidently and unapologetically themselves. But also, don't be afraid to welcome growth and evolve as a person. Change isn't as scary as you might think. Number two, be brave. Eat new food, go to new places, experience new things. A few years ago, I watched a YouTube video of Will Smith telling a story about skydiving. And during that story, he says, on the other side of maximum fear are all of the best things in life. I'm sure there are a few exceptions, but I live by that. That video is even a part of why I am here today. If you're scared to try something new from a reformed scaredy cat, just do it. Number three, I know you've all heard it, but I do feel like I should say it. It's okay not to be okay. Ask for help if you need it, lean on those around you for support, and be prepared to do the same for them in their time of need. The world needs more of this. Number four, take your wins with your losses. You're not always going to be the best. You also won't always be the worst. Statistically speaking, you're most likely to fall somewhere in the middle the majority of the time. But no matter where you are in a particular moment, you won't be there for very long, so don't spend too much time on it. And number five, challenge yourself at every opportunity. Beat your high score on your favorite game, take the stairs instead of the elevator, apply for the job you think you might not get. Life will be very boring if you don't at least try. To the amazing instructors, particularly the science department, thank you so much for providing the support and endless amounts of resources to us to be successful. Your jobs have not been easy, having to adjust your teaching styles, but you all rock. I'm grateful for all of you. I do want to give a special thank you to two professors who've made a significant impression on me. First, Mrs. Haynes. On the first night of my first class with you, you said something to the effect of, if you forget everything you think you know about chemistry, I can teach you how to do it the right way. At first, I wondered what I'd gotten myself into. But after 2 semesters in your classroom, I'm so grateful that you encouraged us to open our minds to a new way of learning so that we could be the most successful. That advice helped me in more ways than one. Thank you. Dr. Richard Smith, thank you for making Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2 fun. Your energy in the classroom never fades. Maybe it's all those energy drinks you drink. But whatever it is, it has helped me remember the names of more bones, tissues, and cells than I thought I ever had room for. You have prepared me well for a future in medicine, and for that, I am so appreciative. While I am sad that our time here at ASU-Beebe is coming to an end, I will miss this beautiful campus and the classmates who have helped make this so much fun. I am so excited for the future, and I look forward to it with enthusiasm and optimism. Helen Keller said, "When one door of happiness closes, another opens, but often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one that has been opened for us." So that is my last piece of totally unsolicited advice for you. Don't miss this part of your life too much. This is not the end of a journey, but a stepping stone to the next journey ahead. There's a whole wide world out there waiting to see what you do next. Prove it wrong, prove it right, do whatever works best for you, but do it to the best of your ability, give it all you have, and hold your head high while you're doing it. Whether you're transferring to a four-year university to continue your education or starting a new career now that you've earned this degree, remember the lessons you've learned here at ASU-Beebe. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you, Christiana. Your remarks are well taken. I especially appreciate the theme of relationships. It is a partnership between the student and the faculty, and I appreciate you mentioning them in your remarks. congratulations and thank you for serving as our commencement speaker. And on behalf of your fellow students, faculty, and staff, we want to present you with a small token of our appreciation. Thank you so much. At this time, please join me in welcoming our Vice Chancellor for Student Services, Dr. David Mays.
This semester, ASU-Beebe is conferring 208 awards across all campuses, including 13 Associate of Applied Science degrees, 3 Associate of Arts degrees, 3 Associate of Fine Arts degrees, 6 Associate of General Studies degrees, 98 Associate of Science degrees, 37 Certificates of Proficiency, 27 Technical Certificates, and 21 GEDs. Candidates are listed in the program in alphabetical order under the award categories. Every candidate has worked hard to earn the awards they will receive, and we would like to recognize those who have earned awards of distinction during their time at ASU-Beebe. Students who have earned a grade point average of 3.75 or higher are indicated in the program with an asterisk. You will notice many candidates are wearing one or more cords of distinction. The colors of the cords indicate their affiliation. Gold cords signify members of the Honor Society, Gamma Beta Phi. Green cords signify members of the Honor Society, Alpha Deer Omega. White and purple cords signify members of the National Vocational and Technical Honor Society. Red and blue cords signify ASU-Beebe Leadership Scholars. White and light blue cords signify members of the National Residence Hall Honor Society. Red, white, and blue cords indicate active duty military service or veteran status. Gray and silver cords are for graduates of the Vet Tech program. White sashes are for graduates of the Practical Nursing program. Red and black cords indicate graduates who participated in the TRIO program. Students wearing medals with red ribbons are members of the Future Educators Club. Students wearing medals with white ribbons place first, second, or third in the Skills USA competition. And now I would like to invite Dr. Goodner for the presentation of candidates.
Will the fall of 2021 class please rise? Chancellor Methvin, the faculty are in the process of recording grades and carefully examining the accomplishments of the fall 2021 graduating class. At this time, it appears the final auditing of academic records will confirm that each eligible member of the class has completed the requirements and met the standards of the Arkansas Department of Higher Education and the Arkansas State University System Board of Trustees. Therefore, it is with great pride that the faculty presents them to you and unanimously recommends that the appropriate certificates and degrees be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Goodner. By the authority vested in me by the Arkansas Department of Higher Education and the Arkansas State University System Board of Trustees, and pending review of final records, it is my honor to confer upon each of you the technical certificate, certificate of proficiency, Associate of Arts, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, and Associate of General Studies degrees as pertains to each, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations, graduates. I cannot wait to greet you.
If the graduates in the first row would remain standing, I'll invite those who are behind them to go ahead and be seated for the moment. We will now begin the awarding of degrees and certificates. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Emily Weatherford. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Kim Gullahorn. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Tiffany Smith. Receiving an Associate of Science degree in Health Sciences, Christiana Suzanne Rolison. Receiving an Associate of Science degree in Health Sciences, Shayna Banks. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Amy Keith. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Cecilia Martinez. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Catherine Keithley. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Kayla Homer. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Jennifer Danielle Probst. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Sierra L. Yancey. Receiving an Associate of Science, Health Sciences degree, Preston Abbott Longstreet. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Melissa Davy Thornton. Receiving a technical certificate in pre-healthcare studies, Nicole Hager. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Susan Danielle Sinclair. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Stephanie Nicholson. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Tana Brooke Griffin. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a nursing assistant, Reagan Ariana Lyles. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Jamie McDonald. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Jaylee Vandruff. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a nursing assistant, Matthew J. Bain. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Raven Baxter. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, William Connor Gann. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Stephanie Gray. Receiving an Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences degree, Allison Bush. Receiving an Associate of Science, Health Sciences degree, as well as an Associate of General Studies degree, Timothy Allen Drennan. This completes the awards. Will all graduates please rise?
Graduates, please face your family, friends, and faculty. When you processed in this morning, you wore your tassel on the right, signifying your candidacy for graduation. Now, in keeping with the time-honored tradition of the Academy and the symbolic gesture of crossing your hearts, you may move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Fall 2021 graduating class of ASU-Beebe. Awesome. Faculty, you are dismissed to greet your graduates, and everyone else may be seated at this moment. At this time, I invite Board of Visitors member Kathy Ove to the podium to induct our graduates into the ASU-Beebe Alumni Association. Mrs. Ove.
Graduates of the class of fall of 2021, in just a moment, it will be my privilege and my responsibility to induct you as new graduates into the Alumni Association of Arkansas State University, Beebe. First, let me say that Arkansas State University, Beebe is the oldest community college in the state. Since 1927, thousands of graduates have earned certificates and degrees from this college. Though our graduates come from diverse backgrounds across a history of nearly 100 years, your educational experiences at ASU-Beebe connect you through your common goals. As the Alumni Association continues to grow, as each graduating class joins our ranks, the success you will share will continue to make a difference in our communities, in Arkansas, and across our nation. We hope that you will always take great pride in your alma mater, and that you will always be ready to give Arkansas State University, Beebe your complete and active support. I encourage you to take advantage of your new alumni status. Visit our beautiful campuses often, mentor and encourage other students, and take great pride in your future journey while giving back to ASU-Beebe. You've earned that privilege. Now, would all the ASU-Beebe graduates please stand? By the authority vested in me by the ASU System Board of Trustees, I am pleased to welcome you into membership into the Arkansas State University Beebe Alumni Association. Congratulations.
Congratulations, ASU-Beebe alum. Family and friends, will you please rise for our recessional? At this time, the ushers will lead our graduates and their guests in our recessional into that grand ASU-Beebe tradition of the faculty tunnel of congratulations, which I'm going to go join before you leave here. Though you all will not be able to re-enter the gymnasium, we encourage you to enjoy our beautiful campus and to celebrate as long as you like while we prepare for the next set of graduates here in just a short bit. There are a number of great places to take photos on our campus, so enjoy your day here with us as long as you want. Thank you for sharing this wonderful day with us. Graduates, congratulations.